Welcome, everybody. Hi, my name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I have the opportunity to help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today, I have an amazing guest. He's somebody I met a few years ago at a leadership conference, and I just noticed right away that he was a person of value. He likes to help people. He wants to be able to help people expand and grow, and just he's so caring. In fact, he donates books to libraries and all that kind of stuff. So he's a very caring person. He's a best-selling author. He's a speaker. He goes and speaks on stages, and he's just a wonderful person to get to know and really work with, because he has so many different ideas and so many different things to add to other people to allow them to be the better person. So please welcome Von Eric Tandoc.
Hello, Coach Fong. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I just really wanted to say congratulations on your first book. How does it feel?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. Thank you for your help too. How does it feel? Yes, it feels surreal. At first, I'm asking my question, how I'm going to finish this one. But after 3 months, launching it in Amazon via ebook, and after another 3 months, the finished copy, which is in here. So it's already here. So like, it feels surreal. I can't imagine myself doing such thing in a very short time.
That's awesome. So tell us more about your book. Your book is called Say It Loud, Say It Proud. Why should people pick up this book? Why is it so important?
Well, yes, the title of my book is Say It Loud, Say It Proud. It's all about presentation, building confidence, and of course, public speaking. And when I say public speaking, many people think that public speaking is about talking to many people, group of people. Actually, when you talk to a small group of people or one person, that's already public speaking. And of course, in presentation, we are aware that many beginners, students, or those who want to start their own businesses, they have this anxiety or fear of talking to a group of people. So this is all about my book. It will teach you how to be confident, how to have a practice talking to people, and how to be confident.
Cool. Now, I met you a few years ago, and I don't think writing a book was in your mind at the time. I know we had a conversation about how you should write a book and get branded and build some credibility. Was there a specific reason why you decided to write a book on communication and speaking?
Well, yeah, you're right. When we met a few years ago, writing a book is not in my mind. But when I saw speakers and other authors like you, my friends, they have this book because it makes them credible in their own field. So that is one thing that I want to do it for myself. I was inspired by many people to also write the book. And I always believe that each one of us has its own story. And that story should be shared to other people. Each of us, we have these ideas. And I always believe that we should share our ideas too. And sharing and telling my story is through writing a book.
So I'm going to ask you to kind of think back and relive some moments here. The very first moment you decided to write that book, and you were starting to tell people that you're going to be writing a book. How did that feel?
Well, at first, when I'm starting writing the book, is I kind of, to be honest, reluctant. I'm asking if people will going to receive or going to interpret or going to get the message clearly. Those are the questions. So how I'm going to make myself very clear by writing a book? You know, speaking is really different from writing. They might have the same purpose, like giving information, giving your insight, telling your stories, sharing your ideas. But again, this is kind of a different avenue, different kind of platform. That is the question that I really wanted to ask. How can I write this one? How can I convey my message? How can I give my message across very clearly? Because it's my first time to write.
Right.
We always say that the beginning is always the scariest, very scary. But once you're doing it, the middle is exciting. Until you finish it, the feeling is surreal.
So you use the word exciting. During that period of time when let's say you got your first draft done, how does that feel? And then, well, let's say we'll back up a little bit more. You're almost done your book, and you may have come into some obstacles or challenges of finishing that first draft. How did that feel? How did you overcome that challenge?
Well, there's always an obstacles and challenges along the way, whatever field you're doing. That's normal. And we should be the one to adjust in any obstacle and challenges. We should be the one who are positive mindset to overcome that challenges. And once you overcome that, your patience, all your sacrifices will turn into excitement because you already have the finished product on hand, almost finished product, and that makes you excited.
Very nice. Now you're done the book, and you sent it off to your publisher. They're about to send you like the final copies. When you press that last send button, how did that feel? Like it's off of your hands now. How did you feel about that?
Yes, I'm very happy. Like you feel accomplished. That's my feeling. Like it's done. Finally, here it is.
And the last feeling question is when you pick up that package, that box, and you bring it into your house and you're opening up that box and you see like copies and copies of your own book that you wrote, that you spent time and time and time on. How did that feel?
I know you know this feeling many times, probably more than 3 times. You know that feeling. And as a first timer, the feeling is really, really very happy that my wife took a video myself opening the box. She took a lot of pictures because I can feel she's too excited. She's also happy at that time. So that's the feeling that I got. Like, oh, there is it. The box is here. And everything, the time that you put into that work, it's now in front of me, that big box. And you can smell the printing, you can smell it, everything, your senses, you can see it, you can smell it, you can touch it.
Would you say that it's closer, like, okay, the very first time you open that box and you have that new book smell compared to your first house walking into your home or your first car?
You know what? Exactly the same feeling when I have my first house.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Now, when you were writing your book, you got your book done. I think, because I've seen it in you, I've seen you before and I've seen you during and afterwards. Would you say that your confidence level was a little bit different? The way you go and approach people, the way you talk to people, the way your self-esteem was. Do you find that was a little higher than before? A little bit more confident about yourself? You spoke a little bit more?
Yeah, I will agree to that 100%. Yes, my confidence level goes up than not writing a book before. Mm-hmm. It's like I have a credibility on a particular aspect because, a lot of work that you put into it, it builds your confidence, just like doing exercise. When you don't exercise before, you don't have that level of confidence. But once you exercise, you get, let's say you achieve your goal doing that exercise, your confidence level is going up too. So same thing with writing a book. When you finish that one, you created that book, your confidence level is going up because you know that it is your idea, your story written into that book, and you're ready to share it to many people. So the confidence level, definitely 100%, it goes up.
That's good. Now, when we first talked about doing this book project, I said that you'll have a book in hand in 3 to 4 months. At that time, did you believe me?
Yes, I believe you. The only thing is I have to believe myself. Mm-hmm. I may believe you, but if I don't believe in myself, then that is not the way it will go through. So First, I have to believe you. Second, I have to believe myself.
Right. When you told other people that you're going to finish a book in 3 to 4 months, did they believe you?
Well, some people maybe not, but now that they know, particularly in my community here in our town, when they learn that I just finished it in 90 days, they believe me more. I think they were inspired too.
That's
maybe
good.
not writing a book, but they were inspired to do other things like in their own personal goal.
Yeah.
That it can be done.
Isn't that a wonderful feeling where when you accomplish something and you share your story and you share your process and you share that journey that you went through, and then you have that accomplishment in your hand, and then other people will start going, hey, maybe I could do that, or maybe I should start doing this too, and thank you so much for showing me that once you put your mind to it, you can finish it. Doesn't that feel good when people come up to you and say that to you?
Yes, it feels good. It's a wonderful feeling when you're able to share what you accomplish. It's a wonderful feeling when you inspire people and you see them that they will going to start their goal because they know that if others can, if Vaughn can do it, I can also do it.
What would you say the overall process was like, between the actual writing to working with me one-on-one? Was that easy? Was that as expected? Was there anything that's very challenging? Like, how would you rate that experience?
I will say that when you start something, particularly if it's your first time to do, it's not as always as easy. There's always an obstacle, and that's normal. That is actually the path to success. How you overcome the obstacle, how are you going to face the challenges, and that is where success lies.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy for me because I mentioned to you that it's my first time to write. I'm writing my speech, but I did not write a book before. And it's my first time to use some technical aspect. So I have to ask help. I need I'm going to ask you, I ask Vico, my son. So that's the part that it's not very easy for me. It's the technical aspect. But as you go through, then the important thing is you should not give up. You have to do it. Just imagine yourself when you stop something. Imagine your why. Why did you start it? Why do you want it? And then suddenly in the middle, you will stop. There's no excitement there. There's no success in there. That's why I mentioned to you, maybe the beginning is kind of scary, but the middle, when you do it, that there's lies the excitement.
Mm-hmm. Have you had somebody come up to you and ask you for your autograph yet? Have you signed any book?
Yes. And it's my first time also that people are asking for the autograph. When I gave the book, the first question is, did you sign it? Can I have your autograph here? Yeah, and the feeling is very different.
So now every time you go out and every time you go to a conference or a meeting or something like that, you always have a pen, like a Sharpie or something in your pocket so that you get a chance to go and do some autograph signing.
Yeah, you're speaking from your own experience too. Yes, I have a pen right now. So actually it's here. I would like to show it to you. So this is the pen that my wife gave to me. So
wow, it's your official book
pocket right now.
Cool. With regards to your success, I know you got some recognition at a local paper. How did that come about, and also how did it feel to see your own story, your own book, becoming a best-selling author in your local newspaper?
Yeah. So this is one thing when you when you finish something, unexpected happens, and I'm not expecting that the local paper will going to phone me and they said they will set up an interview. So that's one good thing about writing a book. The opportunity will come to you. They will invite you for speaking engagement, or some other people will contact you and they will offer you something. Even coaching opportunities, they will come to you and they will ask you to coach them because they know that you already did it. And they are very confident that if they will offer you a coaching opportunity, they know that you will succeed, and also as a coach, they will succeed. So yes, going back to the paper, that was also a really happy feeling for me because I'm not expecting that one of the local paper here in our town invited me. And yeah, I mentioned to you earlier before, town library called me. They are interested in my book. So those are the feelings, those are the experience that I wasn't able to experience before writing this book.
You also got asked to speak at a writer's symposium.
Yes, yes,
And,
yes.
and you got to share your experience there. So how would you say that the book has helped you get more engagement too? Like, for instance, the speakers symposium, adding value to other people. Like, how's that experience like?
Well, the experience is that I feel that I have this credibility. That's why they invited you. You have this credibility to show. So it's like, I'm not saying you're in the person of authority, but I mean, you're in that level that you accomplished something, you wrote a book, and you are the right person to be invited because of that accomplishment. So the feeling is, yeah,
So
I can say too.
your first book is done. When do you think your second or third or fourth book's gonna come out? Are you, do you have plans in your head already about starting another one?
I have a plan of starting another one, and hopefully this time it might take longer, a little bit, because this is a different topic. Unlike my book, I'm already doing it. I'm doing facilitation, I'm speaking. So the experience is already there. And then you just have to put it in the book. But this time, what I'm planning right now is a different thing. Although it's part of my story, it's one thing that it's not like as easy as presentation or doing public speaking. So it's a different. It's not part of communication. So that's just one thing that I plan to do.
Nice. So aside from the book, what's next? What's next for Vaughn?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, what's next for me? Well, the next thing for me is keep on spreading and giving message about my book, promoting my book. Just yesterday, I have also an invitation from the Philippines, and they interviewed me just like what we're doing right now. So I was a guest also in a show in the Philippines yesterday, and yeah, I will improve more. I always believe that when you do something, you have to elevate and level up. So when you do a second book, then probably do it better than the first one. So I always believe in that one. And yes, what's next for me? I'll improve more my writing skill, and I'm going to write a second book. And yes, be engaging to other people and present more, be a guest, and yes. So there's a lot of opportunity.
That's nice. You mentioned the Philippines. I know you have a strong connection with the Philippines, and you very often donate books back to the Philippines with for their libraries, for their kids, for literacy, and all kinds of stuff. Tell us more about that venture of yours and how people can join you in donating books to the Philippines.
Thank you for bringing up that my book donation program. Last year, I founded this paper plane. It's a book donation program, and I donate books to my alma mater to help them achieve a higher level of status, like the accreditation level. And also, they're donating those books to different communities. So they can reach me in my email ad, vetandoc@gmail.com, or probably my number 780-241-0980 if they are interested to donate a book, and I'll send it to the Philippines. I also expanded to donating used toys and clothes and school supplies. So if people are interested to in this book donation program, they can reach to me, and we can help many children.
Yeah, that's good. Children's the future, right?
Yeah, the children is the future. And yes, I would like to add this one. The one reason why I also wrote my book. Remember when I asked for a donation and can you give me your book? Your book is already in the Philippines. And I asked other author to give their book. And it came to my idea. I should be also wrote my own book so that I can also donate my own book aside from getting donations from friends and from library and to other source.
Mhm. Nice. So now the Philippines know that Vaughn is a published author, and your books are all over the place in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be in the schools and the libraries, in meetings and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
If you could pick out one specific highlight out of your book, which part would that be? If you could give us a quick little synopsis on the highlights.
Well, part of this book, the main highlight here is the importance of having a mentor and coach. I always believe that coach and mentor are always there to guide you, to help you achieve your purpose and goals in life. And one important aspect of this book is you should be a coachable. Okay? Because at one point of your life, you will also become a coach or mentor. Probably we don't even know that we are already a mentor. So that is the one highlight of my book, like the importance of having a coach and mentor. Because having a coach and mentor, you will get the necessary feedback and evaluations for your own growth and development.
Mhm. Great. And why do you think everybody else should write books?
I think everybody should write a book because I have mentioned earlier, we have our own story to tell and we have our own ideas to share. And writing a book, that makes you credible in your own field. If you're a speaker, you're credible and you will get invitation. A book is like also your business card. Okay? So it will act as your business card. So writing a book is very essential, very imperative if you want to be a person who will become a credible in your own field.
Mhm. And then if you had an opportunity to say something to the entire world, one message, one thing that Vaughn wants to inflict on the entire world of people, what message would that be?
That's a good question. What will be my message? Probably I would like to share this message to everyone. And it is about speaking and listening. This message is speak to those who have time to listen to you and listen to those who are willing to speak to you.
Very, very powerful. And then just another quick question here with regards to your book. If you had a opportunity to add one more chapter to that book, what chapter would that be, and what topic would that be?
Oh, that's a good question too. If there's one chapter that I wanna add to this one is the value and importance of impromptu speaking. If I'm going to make a second edition of the Say It Loud, Say It Proud and add a chapter, I would like to incorporate probably the impromptu speaking, which is I did not have in this book. And yes, that's a good idea too, to have a second edition of this book. Because I always believe that impromptu speaking is really relevant, important, just like going to interview. Right?
Mhm.
How are you going to get that job, the dream job of yours, if you can't speak
Right.
impromptu speaking?
Very, very good. So this is the book, everybody. Say it loud, say it proud. Tell everybody what's the best way to connect with you, and what's the best way to get a copy of this book.
The best way to get copy, of course, it's available at Amazon, both the ebook and the paperback copy. So Amazon.ca in the United States, probably Amazon.com, and of course, my email vetando@gmail.com. You can reach me, probably, yeah. And I'm also very visible in the Facebook and Instagram, so you can reach me into social media. just type my name, Bon FM Tandoc, and you can find me in
Great.
social media as well.
Awesome. Now, before I let you go, I always love asking my guests a quick few questions. First thing that comes to mind is great just to get to know you a little bit better and also to have a little fun. All right. If you had a chance to do any extreme sport, okay, any extreme sport, what extreme sport would that be?
Mountain climbing. I always wanted to climb and be on the top, and I really like to see the view. So mountain climbing. So probably rock mountain climbing.
If you had an opportunity to bring anybody, okay, anybody famous, anybody credible, anybody, your family, friends, whoever it is, to go with you on this mountain climbing trip, who would that one person be?
Probably I would like to invite the Dalai Lama.
Wow.
The spiritual leader of Tibet. Yeah. I would love to have a conversation with him about wisdom and any ideas.
Cool. So now you have the Dalai Lama with you on this trip. And he goes, Vaughn, I'm very tired and I'm very hungry. What are you going to prepare for him? What's Vaughn's specialty when it comes to making food?
Well, when you say you're doing a rock climbing, of course, probably I have bread to bring. I love bread, and I love strawberry and blueberry spread. So it's one thing that I want to do. I can also learn how to make my own bread, and I can also learn how to make my own jam. But that's my favorite.
Wow,
it's handy too. When you climb a mountain, rock mountain, you don't want to carry like heavy food for you. So.
Right. You have a chance to go up on stage and perform something. What is that something?
Well, if we have the chance, of course, someday I would like to convey more about my book. It's all about my experience, and I can also incorporate my experience from a not so talkative and a shy person to a person with confidence right now. So, yeah.
Great.
So that is one thing that I want to share. I know many people are there. They want to talk, but they have this feeling that they can't start. I know there are many people there that they want to venture to another business from their current job, but they can't do it because of this feeling that they're shy, they're not worthy enough. I can't do it. And those are the things that I want to share, that we can do it. It's doable.
Very good. And my last question is, what is success like? But before that, you get to choose the item. Give me a number between 1 to 4.
1 to 4. I like the middle because it's the exciting part in writing my book. So probably I go to number 2.
So number 2.
Okay.
So how is success like a vending machine?
Oh, okay. Success is when you're in front of the vending machine, you don't have that things that you want to. But the moment that you put the coins, and we will relate it as the work and the effort. The moment you touch the button, and that's the finishing touch. Let's say a soda, a chocolate, or cookies will come out from the vending machine. That is the success.
Wow.
You will not going to get that soda or pop or chocolate or cookies from that vending machine if you will not put a lot of work and effort. So you have to start it. You have to do it. And that is success for me.
Very, very well done. Thank you very much. So that is how success is like a vending machine. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing about your experience about writing the book, and all the best to you on promoting and getting more people to get get a copy of your book and enjoy the process, enjoy all the great stuff that's coming to you and everything else that you're working on. And again, thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for your time too. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you for helping me.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So he is Von Eric Tandoc. My name is Fong Chua. Until next time, today is the day to unlock your potential. We'll see you later.